Let's start with the Punch this morning. The major story: subsidy. NNPC may deduct over 1 trillion naira from FAC in 6 months. The riders: federal government plans PIA amendment extends subsidy removal by 18 months. NLC suspends protests, says talks with federal government continue. States face hard times over salary payment, others economists warn. You'll find the story on pages 2 and 19. I mean, it's a very lengthy story. Yeah. It's on 2 pages. It's a major talking point.
We can talk about it for 1 week.
Exactly.
And the reactions are everywhere. Yeah. It's flying around.
Everywhere. We'll come back to this.
Yes.
National Assembly agrees on consensus. Others list conditions. You'll find this story on page 2. Finally, both chambers have agreed to put the consensus as part of the mode for
whatever consensus means.
Exactly.
That was the problem of the House of Reps. That is consensus democratic. If the president has said that he's not signing the Electoral Act Amendment because direct primary is not democratic, the option of consensus is democratic, because what we know as consensus is they will write a name on the list and say these are the members. These are the people that will fly our flag and will contest our elections. Is that democratic? Yes. That was the question the House of Reps posed to the Senate. And that was why they refused to add it. They just added indirect primary, in their own bill. But I think the Senate prevailed on them, and they buckled. They succumbed to the whims of the Senate. And yesterday, the House of Reps also included consensus as part of Clause 84. The contentious issues in the Electoral Act Amendment that, of course, caused Mr. President not to assent to that bill. So together, both houses of the National Assembly have adopted direct primary, indirect primary, the consensus option as methods of conducting primary elections of political parties.
Yeah.
So that's adopted. That was the contentious issue. Now we expect that they clean up the rest of the bill and then send to Mr. President for his assent. It's already 1 week gone. This is the second week that is going. I told somebody it's going to take 3 weeks. He said he doesn't believe it. I think it will take more than 3 weeks because there's still the harmonization to do. But of course, we agree that this was the most contentious area now resolved.
Yeah.
But we also know that there are drafting errors in that bill that most people don't want to acknowledge, but civil society have found out. And Senate President Lawan have also acknowledged. Speaker Femi Gbadabi-Amila has also acknowledged. So they will go and clean up the bill before the Senate to Mr. President. Take some time, but I think they probably will get to Mr. President in good time.
Do you think the president will sign this time?
Will you have a reason not to sign if his only reason the other time was this? If he finds a new reason, some people will not be surprised though. But honestly, one part of my mind thinks that we don't have a choice this time, especially because it's leaving office. To what extent does he not want to sign the Electoral Act Amendment? Does he still prefer to run elections in this country with that old amendment? Even INEC have said that we cannot. That's why today INEC has not been able to release the guidelines, the schedule of activities for next year's elections. Usually by this time they've done it.
Timetable is out.
Timetable is out. You know what time political parties are expected to hold their primaries. They have a proper guideline, like a dashboard. You can find out what INEC plans to do until swearing in. But INEC is saying that until we have the electoral law, we can't even start anything. So INEC, the way they are, they're hamstrung. Already their hands are very tied. I don't think President Buhari has a choice in this matter.
He's going to sign it.
If he doesn't sign it now that the National Assembly have agreed on that, because that was the only reason he gave, then there must be something amiss, about him and Electoral Act Amendment.
All right, NPC experts foresee tougher days as CBN retains lending rates. You find the story on page 20. Nigeria sinks deeper in corruption rating, drops to 154. ICPC disagrees. You find the story on page 9. So yesterday, we dropped again. Yes. I mean, we've been dropping steadily.
Consistently.
Yes, exactly. I know that President Buhari, one of his mandates was to fight corruption. What does this say?
Femi Adesina is on TV this morning. Spokesman to the president. He said the president is fighting corruption. If he's a liar, go and commit crime and be indicted and see if the president. That was his answer to this same question you posed to me. That was the answer I said people asking him on TV this morning. That it's a consistent increase. Since 2015, we've always gone down. Last year, 2020 report of the Transparency International, the Corruption Perception Index, Nigeria was 149 out of the 180 countries. 2021, the report just released yesterday, we're now 154, 5 places down. What it tells you
80 countries
in mathematical terms is that it's increasing. But people in government will not agree. Even ICPC, an agency of government, the saddle with fighting corruption, is faulting the report. They're saying what are the indices used by the Transparency International to arrive at this. But Transparency is saying that Nigeria dropped 5 places, 24 out of 100 points. It's a point system they use. 24 points. So 24 points takes us to 154 out of 180 countries ranked. I mean, we're just managing better than countries like Syria, South Sudan, and the rest. But they also listed 7 areas where Nigeria has suffered weakness in the fight against corruption, which might be responsible for this drop, in the rankings. One is the German audit report on public sector corruption. Remember, there are reports here and there, even by government agencies. Remember that the Auditor General audited police arms, and they found out over 100,000 pieces of ammunition, and rifles and ammunition kept missing. The police doesn't even know. See, today the police have not issued a statement on that matter. Those kind of audit reports are available everywhere in the public. It's one of the reasons why they say there's a major weakness in Nigeria's fight against corruption. The second one is, of course, the security sector, the corruption in the security sector. Then the failure to investigate high-profile corruption cases by the Nigerian government and preventing illicit financial flows. Another reason. Then asset recovery, judicial challenges. Of course, that some lawyers are experts in ensuring that the corruption case never sees the light of day. Some judges are also complicit. It's another reason. Then there's COVID-19 corruption. The response to COVID-19 has also measured by TI in these rankings. And lastly was the Twitter ban and what they call human rights issues, intimidation of human rights fighters is one of the reasons. All these forms what Transparency International is saying are the weaknesses that caused Nigeria to drop 5 places. 154 out of 180 countries.
Wow.
Corruption is here. So it's always been here.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment and like. Thank you.